Lena Klammer is a 31-year elderly person with an intriguing hormonal problem called hypopituitarism that gives her the appearance of a 10-year-old youngster. She additionally has a dumb name and that most likely causes her to feel terrible. She lives in the Sana mental establishment in Estonia and is viewed as their generally perilous patient in 2007 and craftsmanship treatment teacher named Anna takes up the specialist post in the organization. Anna is educated regarding Lena by a specialist and furthermore of the security methodology as they are talking. An individual specialist runs up to them and illuminates them. That Lena is missing quickly. The entire office goes into lockdown, and the specialist places Anna in a dark room, guaranteeing her that it is protected prior to leaving. Be that as it may, Anna isn't the only one in the room. At Akild sitting behind her is drawing an image of her and asks her name in a modern-day miracle. It is the maniac Lena. The honest lady grasps a sharp pencil, prepared to kill Anna. In any case, before she can do, in this way, fortunately the gatekeepers and the specialist showed up and remove her a few days. Spy. Furthermore, Lena organizes a break from the San establishment. She draws a watchman into her cell by tempting him and afterward converses with him for a little while. When the guard is diverted, she out of nowhere snatches him and slams his head against the wall. Killing him serves him, correct? For being enticed by a 10-year-old, then, at that point, she slips out of the office with the assistance of her crazy companion. EDT brings down one of the watchmen remaining close to the front entry in return for a suite. It just so happens, Lena had proactively arranged all that noteworthy, that she isn't just risky yet in addition a virtuoso, she is followed and his developments in the facility and knows the specific time she leaves not long after she moves toward Anna and claims to run off into the forest. With the goal that Anna will leave her vehicle unattended, and run into the office to illuminate the specialists, the arrangement works. Furthermore, when nobody is around, Lena slips into the storage compartment of Anna's vehicle, and stays concealed inside the office, and it illuminates the doctor about what she recently saw, and the latter consoles her that the circumstance will be taken care of by the police, and afterward gets back without I feel that Lena is concealing inside her trunk. When she gets back, the little maniac likewise follows her inside there. Lena welcomes Anna with acrobar to the head, taking her out. A short time later Lena goes up to Anna's review and uses her PC. She looks into missing American young ladies and finds one that she bears similarity to. It is about a girl named Esther Albright who disappeared in 2003. Sure, Lena spruces up in Anna's garments. What's more, as she is going to leave she understands that Anna has awakened the unfortunate lady. Asks for kindness, yet Lena gets the crowbar and cudgeled her to death later around evening time. The insane young lady heads to a recreation area and imagine like she is lost soon. An Estonian cop moves toward her and asks, assuming she is okay. Lena presents herself as Esther Albright and claims that her folks are in the United States. The scene then slices to Darien, Connecticut, where well-off craftsman Alan Albright and his altruist spouse Tricia are going to their child heavy weapons specialist's fencing competition. The couple leave the scene after their child dominates the game, and it before long becomes as that Alan has still not grappled with the vanishing of his girl Esther before they get in the vehicle to head home. They are moved toward by criminal investigator wherein, who is responsible for the police look for Esther. Don Nan illuminates Alan and Tricia that their little girl has been tracked down in Estonia, much to their shock and honestly doubt. The extremely following day, Tricia goes to Estonia and meets Esther. What's more, following for monotonous years, she is very glad to have her little girl back and embraces her firmly. After the Tecumseh, the expresses, the family has a profound reunions at the port. In any case, for reasons unknown, heavy weapons specialist appears to be apathetic about gathering his sister in practically no time. After Tricia brings the sham young lady home and promptly begins having questions when she sees that Esther has disregarded the demise of her grandma, and furthermore in light of the fact that the young lady can now draw extraordinarily. Indeed, the next day Tricia takes her to the family analyst, Dr. Sigurd, to acquire data on her life during her alleged abducting in Estonia. After the meeting, Esther is sent external the workplace and the specialist brings in Trisha as the little sociopaths, listens in on their discussion. Dr. Seeger says that their answers were off base. For instance, she erroneously called Dr. Seeger's parrot some unacceptable name despite the fact that Esther had known it beforehand. If you want to piss your primary care physician off, simply fail to remember the name of their pet bird. Hearing this as their fakes, a tumble to mediate in their conversation. She additionally claims to get harmed, inciting Fortune to leave with her unexpectedly, as the two are going home as there takes note a man, clicking photos of her who ends up being, as a matter of fact, the analyst wherein this stresses ask there. Furthermore, she begins expecting that the analyst might learn about her not long after for a spell. They return home and Alan starts holding with Esther over their common love of painting, which never intrigued the genuine Esther. In the interim, Trisha sees that Esther's evident return is changed her significant other for the better, as he is currently more enlivened with his craftsmanship and more loving towards his loved ones. That very night, as the family is eating, investigator wherein hinders them, he invites us there back, however appeared to be dubious of her seeing this as there leaves the dinner table and listens in on the family's discussion with the if where and recommend the family have a counseling meeting with Dr. Seeger to get a better comprehension of their little girl during her vanishing, as there who has been hearing all of this gets stressed that she could get found out. In this way, she returns to the supper table and changes the subject immediately. Hello, have I let you know folks that I'm similar to 30 years of age? Later around evening time, she plots to take off, feeling that wherein he's onto her. In any case, re-examines, when she gets the possibility that she can lure Alan and into a romantic relationship. God, in the next scene, Trisha and Alan are preparing to end the party as they get heartfelt inside their room as their covert operatives on them and tears Trisha's dress out of desire. A while later, 2 or 3 leaves, as they're home alone with her sibling heavy weapons specialist. In any case, rather than investing energy with his younger sibling heavy weapons specialist, coordinates a lawn party and welcome a few companions. Ask there likewise joins the party, and when heavy weapons specialist acts obtusely towards her, she answers by disrespecting him inconsiderately. Unexpectedly, analyst where and shows up at the Albright home. Heavy weapons specialist answers the entryway and solicitations that he leave as his difficult to have a party. Be that as it may, where demands utilizing the washroom. When heavy armament specialist concurs, he goes in to ask there's room. What's more, begin looking through it. He even takes Avenel record from that point, which his outsider has fingerprints on it as he is leaving, as there finds out Faith has taken the record from her room and chooses to follow him. In the interim, Alan and Trisha got back, the stepping stool calls us there yet gets no reaction. So she heads to her room prior to following first light, and Esther had turned on the shower to cause it to appear as though she was in the restroom. Expecting that Esther is taking a shower, Trisha makes a move to look through a keepsake book of scriptures that the young lady presented to with her. From Estonia. Shockingly, Trisha finds ruined family photographs of her and Alan, a location for criminal investigator wherein and a stamp distinguishing the San establishment back at Ware's place. He confirms that the unique mark lifted from the record doesn't match Esther's. Out of nowhere, he feels a weird presence as though somebody is prowling in the shadows, and when he pivots as their beginnings wounding him over and over. However, as she is about to finish the investigator off, Trisha shows up out of nowhere, yet rather than aiding the analyst, she shoots him dead. The fact that Trisha realized from the start makes it uncovered that Lena isn't her little girl. She additionally admits that heavy weapons specialist incidentally killed the genuine Esther during a contention for quite a long time prior. Furthermore, she concealed it without Alan's information, and she realized it would influence him the most. Following this, she investigates us there and observes that she is a deadly sociopath who got away from a mental office since she might have looted them and vanished. Trisha conjectures that Lena has a bigger plan as a top priority, conceivably one that includes killing her entire family. Be that as it may, since Esther's return is ignited a flash in her significant other, Trisha needs to move things along. So through a commonly valuable plan where the two of them have something to lose, Trisha make Alina to proceed with her ploy and stay silent. I lied to my family, however you could kill my entire family. No doubt we're about even here thereafter. That to toss down its body down something similar. Indeed, where Trisha discarded the genuine Esther for a really long time prior. Subsequent to getting back, Trisha secretly lets heavy weapons specialist know what is truly happening and he to consents to oblige the arrangement. Throughout the span of following couple of weeks, Trisha mentors Lena on the most proficient method to trick specialist Seeger, as well as family companions to persuade everybody that she is the genuine Esther. In any case, the little imp could mind less and won't be bossed around. At last Trisha gets tired of her shenanigans and chooses to kill Lena, by taking care of her harmed pasta. However, the arrangement hits a barrier when Lena discovers that Alan is going on an excursion for work. Without her inciting her to pitch a fit and leave the supper table without eating later, Lena gives the food to a rodent that lives in a room. Furthermore, a few days after the fact finds that the rat has kicked the bucket with this. She rapidly finds that it is Trish's work, or perhaps that Trisha is a poo kirk and chooses to get payback. The following day Lena fights back by fooling Trisha into tasting on Asmu.